it's fabulous to be able to share information that's going to shift your world, information that's going to change your life, information that is going to allow you to have the life that you want, the calm that you want, the presence that you want, and the ability to just slow everything down. I don't know about you, but I know for my life it is way too fast, way too often, and I've got lots and lots of things going on. And while I love being busy, I also love my downtime. I love that quiet time. So today what I wanted to share with you is, how do you use EFT tapping for self-care? We focus a lot on what we do with our clients. We are, one of Australia's premium EFT training academies. So a lot of our work is how do we work with clients. But today I want to talk about you, share it with you. Now, a little quick history lesson. EFT tapping was created for personal use. It was not created for practitioner use like myself when I work with clients. It was actually developed with the intention of people would use it for themselves. It took a number of years until we worked out, or the developers worked out, that I could use it with clients and have basically like a talk therapy or a counseling session, a therapy session, whatever you want to call it, on steroids. So the ability to be able to come and communicate with me, share with me some of the stuff that you've got going on, and really be able to clear it and resolve it and get it out of the body and get it moving. But before that, it was self-care. It was created for you to work with you. So I want to talk to you about what is the best way for you to be able to do that. Now, one of the things I love about EFT, it's always with us. It's on the ends of our own fingertips. It is our own tapping on our own body that does the work. It's not the conversation with the practitioner. It is not the communication with another person. It is you working with you on your stuff. So let's go through a couple of really, really simple routines that we could use, or tapping that we could do, that might help you in your world. Now, I was working with a client the other night, and she's got some significant trauma going on, some stuff from childhood that she's moving through now that she's an adult, wants to release and resolve. And she shared that she wasn't sleeping very well. She said, I hate, and she told me a number of times, I hate going to bed. I hate going to sleep. I avoid it for as long as I can. I get up as quick as I can, because the nightmares were horrible for her. The nightmares and the stories that roll through her head during the night, night terrors, nightmares, dreams, whatever you want to call them, they're really, really substantially horrible for this woman. So what we did is we did some tapping before she went to bed, and I just said, let's just do something that's non-specific, that's kind of general, because in the back of her head, she knows what happened. She remembers the incidents that happened. She can visualize them and see them. So the beauty of EFT is you don't need to say the words, you don't need to repeat it, you don't need to share the details with me as a practitioner or say them out loud. Your brain knows what the thing is you're working on. So I just worked with her, and it was simple as, even though I've got these memories in my head and I've got these dreams that I don't want to have, and I just don't want to go to bed, I'm going to accept that's where I am. We did it again, even though I have these horrible dreams and I avoid sleep as much as I can. Deeply and completely accept this is where I am. Even though I have these horrible dreams and the nightmares come through very vivid, and deeply and completely accept this is where I am, and I can release this. So from there we did some, I can't remember the exact words that we used, but it was something very much like, these dreams that come through my head, I know that I avoid sleep. I know that all of the trauma from each of those events is being held in my cells, is being held by my body. I know that my body is hanging on to these sensations. My body is hanging on to all of these feelings. And when a nightmare comes through or a dream, my body reacts again. all the different parts of my body remember what it was like. I'm wondering if my body can release this. I'm wondering if my body can let it go. I'm wondering if my body can process this through and not have any of it anymore. We did simple tapping like that. Now, the next stage is, and this is what I'd love for you to take on for yourself, our bodies hold on to the sensations and the feelings of trauma. And even if it's a little teeth thing, it's not all that big and it's something that's really huge, our bodies hold on to it. The body, it was the Body Keeps Score, that fabulous book that's been written. Can't think of the name of the author, but I can see his face, Bessel van der Kolk, The Body Keeps Score. I recognise this. I have one of my children who was going overseas to live permanently. The last time he went and did this, he went fast, he trashed, he didn't want to talk to me, he pushed me away, he just didn't want to have anything to do with me. And my body remembered how traumatic that was for me, that separation from him. I didn't know he was coming back to Australia, and it was really, really difficult. Like I remember being such a mess. When it got closer to him going this time, what I recognised was my body was remembering how traumatic that was for me back then, how distressing it was, how upset I was. And I found myself really, really teary. I was having a lot of trouble not crying during the day whenever I think about him moving. I was so okay with him moving this time. He's got his great career on track. He was going with his fabulous girlfriend. They're just in love and they're building a brand new life together. He's safe and he's secure this time. Last time he was not. But what I recognised was my body was holding on to the distress that was going to be. When I did some tapping to release that and to release what my body sensations were feeling, the constant crying went away. Now, it wasn't that I'm not sad that he's gone. I miss seeing his physical body. We have lots of engagement and interaction on digital. I know I will see him again soon, but the point is it's the body that holds it. So when you do some of your tapping and you've got some of the stuff that's coming up and some of the things that happened in the past, recognize where the body holds it. So here's what we did with this client when she recognized her body was holding on to the feelings, the sensations, and the trauma from what happened to her, just like my body was holding on to the feelings, sensations, and trauma of my son leaving. All right. You may have these as well. This is what you're going to do. Something as simple as, dear body, I know that every cell is holding on to these emotions. I know the sensations run through my body when I think about that thing. I know you've got memory, and the body keeps the memory. It reacts to the memory in the today. And I know that it's time to release that. Dear body, I ask that you release the sensations. I ask you to recognize that it's not happening today. I ask you to realize that it's a memory that's happening. And I ask every cell in my body to release this. I ask every part of my body to release this. I ask permission from my body to release the sensations, to release the feelings, to let it go, to allow myself some calm so I can process these through and feel that grounded feeling and that beautiful sense of calm. Now, they were not the exact words I used with her, but they were very, very similar, to allow her to calm. Now, she sent me a message the next day that said she'd had the best night's sleep she'd ever had. She didn't have any nightmares. She didn't even have any dreams. Her words were, your kooky tapping thing works. That's the best thing I could have heard. So from a self-care routine for yourself, something as simple as, I ask my body to release it and I give permission for my body to release it. to release the physical sensations. I get that not everything can be managed and dealt with in 5 minutes of tapping, but a routine like that before you go to bed, let go of what I was thinking of today, let go of anything that was bugging me today, and ask your body to let go of it and let go of those sensations. My hope for you is that you will dream much better and you will sleep much, much sounder. So from another self-care routine is, how long should you tap for? You should be tapping, if you're just going to do it as a bit of a top-up or what's the word, spontaneous, just, random sort of, I'm just going to do some tapping, 5 minutes. 5 minutes of tapping at the most is all I'm going to ask you to do. Everybody has that 5 minutes just to tap through the points and maybe say nothing. Just let whatever's rolling through your mind roll through. Just tap through the points. Nice and slow, this sort of tempo. And just tap through the points. And by the time you do 2 or 3 rounds, you're going to find the time has gone. For self-care, this is perfect. Whatever thoughts are coming up, whatever ideas are popping in your head, it's like a bit of a meditation. Just a couple of minutes as part of your self-care routine. Every day, maybe before you get up out of bed, or before you go to bed in the evenings, or both. The other way you can use it for self-care is go and do some journaling. Journal out what sort of things are bugging you. There may be an incident that happened during today. Make a note of it. Put it on your phone. Put a note somewhere. Text message yourself so you can come back to it later and go, you know what, that thing really bugged me, or that bothered me, or that upset me. I'm going to do a couple of minutes tapping on that. And then just read what you've written. Whatever you wrote in the moment, just read what you've written and just tap while you're just reading it. And just tap and just read that. The emotions will come. You'll remember what it was that it was all about. Even if you don't, it doesn't matter. Just read what you've written. That's the thing that happened, and help to release it and let it go. So they're my sort of quick tips for ways you can use it for your self-care. And I encourage you definitely to use it for your self-care. It doesn't just have to be doing tapping on things that are intense or things that are big trauma or things that are big events. Every single day, tap on a little bit of something. Your body will calm. Those thoughts and memories won't come flooding through so quickly. And you might just get to one day and go, I haven't even thought about such and such anymore. That used to be something I thought about every single day, all day. And now I don't think about it at all. Those sorts of tapping routines and tapping on that little stuff is so valuable because that's what it does. Now, if you love doing what I do and you love doing tapping, maybe you're considering using tapping, whether it's in your existing business, adding it to it, maybe after a little bit of a side business at the moment. You love your career and what you do, but you'd love to help other people like I do. Come along to our masterclass. We're going to be working on how to release some trauma for people. We're going to talk about our clients' trauma and just ways that you could have this as a career, have this as a business. Maybe you just fall on into it as a business. Come along and join us on your lazy couch, in your PJs, whatever it works, and come and ask me questions and come and find out if this is a career for you, if it's a modality for your existing business or something you could use for other people. So I have a gift for you and it is called the Self-Love Project. It is a 4 tapping video introductory little free course that we give away. You pop your details in and you get 1 page. I'm not going to email it to you over the course of a week. You're going to get 1 page and you're going to download all the videos. There's 4 of them, audios, meditations, 4 of them, 4 little workbooks. It is turn down that inner critic in you. It is turn up that inner cheer squad in you and to really start to let the cheer squad in your head get a bit of a voice and a bit of a say. So we're going to pop the link into the chat on this call, jump on the Self-Love Project, download it, spend a little bit of time developing you and your self-love and seeing where you're not practicing self-love, because it really is the key to everything. And that self-care routine, self-love and all of that is the way that we want for all of us, for all of you, for all of me. I am an avid tapper. I will do tapping every day. If I have things that pop up, I can pick up and I'll just sit and do a minute or 2 of that. That simple routine will help you so, so, so much. Much love to everybody. Remember, self-care, do this for you. Do it daily. Be responsible for your own body and know that you can heal it by taking the time to do it.